we be friends with non-believers? People hated Jesus. Are you kidding? Actually, this is my neighbor who's not Christian at all. Love it. What's your favorite Bible verse, Nathan? Look what I taught him.
Genesis 1:1.
That's how you do it. And this is ready to film. Casper the ghost. That is not cute. What? It's not cute. We're not called to be in those friendships at all. My boyfriend watches this video, just leaves me. Just leaves me. Say like, oh, my friends, they like to go out and party. Like, should I still be friends with them? We're gonna talk about friendship today, and the first thing you guys need to know is you are all my friends.
Courtney loves the fans.
I've actually made some friends.
They're not fans. They're like my little sisters.
I can't talk to Katie, so I guess you'll do. Okay.
Not. So fun fact about Katie. Okay, we're gonna talk about toxic friend traits, and the number one toxic trait that Katie has is when she eats spicy food, she thinks she'll say, "The dragon's coming out." That makes the food less spicy.
Less spicy.
Where is the science?
It just helps the throat.
It doesn't. It make you sound like smoker.
Yeah, she
See, it's
I'm done with this video already. Guys! Oh, I thought we were all doing it.
Me too.
So I
you got mad at me last time.
I said,
so I was
didn't.
waving.
You yelled.
God, I pray that you give me peace in this video.
Are you actually serious?
Yes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Katy, Patty, and my beautiful friends. We haven't done a video in like 1 month together, so we thought we'd bring back together the Bible babes. Even though Talitha's not here, she's currently in LA doing the Lord's work, really. Okay, so I brought Erilyn and Courtney back, and we're gonna be talking about godly friendships. We're gonna be talking about red flags, godly friendships, should you be friends with unbelievers, all that in this video.
Me and Erilyn just want to say that as we talk about friends, you guys are our friends. Those DMs that have been coming in, continue.
Please DM us.
We are all friends.
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what they're talking about, in the videos, if you haven't seen them previously, they talked about how, since I get a lot of DMs and stuff about your guys' life and what you're going through and your struggles, sometimes I don't always see them because I get lots of them per day. But them, their DMs are fully...
Okay. Not that empty.
All right, so we get a couple of...
Yeah, we get some DMs.
Hey, I don't get 50 a day from men saying, God told me, you're my
You're
wife.
my wife. So their DMs are very dry. So DM them with your struggles, with your problems, with anything, because they want to talk to you and pray with you. So yeah,
Emily.
just want to...
Yeah, baby. So it's not a musical?
Before we get on the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more. Follow my Instagram and TikTok at katyy.patyy with 2 Y's on each side. Join the Katy Patty fam. Let's get this video going. So without further ado, let's get right on into the video.
Do you think that they have Dairy Queen in the US?
Yes.
Comment down below your Dairy Queen order.
Let's get on to the video. What to do if your friend leaves the faith?
We can't change people. Only Jesus can.
It's not your job to convict them, to convert them, to change them. That's not your job at all. So please don't put your that pressure on yourself that, oh, I have to change them. I have to stop them from having sex with their boyfriend. I have to stop them from, as if you're the savior. You're not the savior. Jesus is. And he's the one who changes people. He's the one who converts people. He's the one, if they're believers and they're falling off the rails, he's the one who convicts people. Yeah. We're not. All you can do is love them and pray for them. Love is an action word. There's a time and place to sit down and talk to them and call them out in a sense, but not in a mean or aggressive way. Just say like, hey, I see you not having as much of a relationship with Jesus anymore. I see you not wanting to go to church. Is more like, what's going on? Just talking to them. But don't go up to them and be like, hey, you're having sex with your boyfriend now? What's that about? Calling them out for their sin rather than their faith, I guess.
It'll never work. If you think about when you were living in sin, when I have been living in sin in my life, what affected me wasn't people saying condemn, but people who loved me and loved me well. There's this book that changed my life called Love Does. Bob Goff. You should read it. Everyone should read it. I like give it to everyone. It's just about loving people so well that they see Jesus.
It's important because when I look back at my life, the people who told me to stop having sex didn't stop me from having sex. My mentor who would like go out for dinner with me and just listen to me and listen to my heart and listen to my story. She was the one that planted those seeds. She was the person God used as a vessel to bring me home. But it wasn't because she looked at me and judged me for my sin. It was because she loved me so well and never stopped praying for me. Even tells me to this day that she never stopped praying for me.
Only God could change hearts.
Please don't put yourself in the savior pedestal because you're not. So what about non-believers? Can we be friends with non-believers or what?
No, you gotta block, delete them all.
Jesus ate with sinners, okay? But he didn't sin. That's the difference. Is if unbeliever or a believer for that matter is causing you to stumble in your faith, we're not called to be in those friendships at all. I think you can be friends with non-believers, but if you go to parties with them and you fall into sin, it's literally a proverb. Company corrupts character. Is your character stronger than your company? Can you go to a place where your character is so strong that your company won't corrupt it? Or are you going in and your company is corrupting you so much that your character goes down?
People always say like, oh, my friends, they like to go out and party. Like, should I still be friends with them? No, if they're corrupting you. But also, it's okay. Let you be known as the friend that doesn't go to the parties. You hang out with them, but if you're going out to drink, they know you don't come. Say, oh, we don't invite Courtney because we're gonna go smoke a bunch of weed, drink a bunch, like get messed up. Oh, we don't invite Courtney. We invite Courtney for like the fun chill time. That's okay. We're supposed to stand out. We're supposed to look different. We're supposed to act different. We're supposed to be different. And I have friends that I only hang out with sometimes for certain events and not others. And there's also friends I go to for edifying, for Christ stuff, and then friends that I just go to for fun. At the same time, it's okay for you to take a step back and be like, people are causing me to stumble. I gotta take a step back.
Like, we are called to love everyone, but we're not called to be friends with everybody.
Okay, quick hot take. Don't be that friend that becomes Christian and then just thinks you're better than all the other friends.
Yeah.
Self-righteous. That can happen. Even if you have like the right heart in it, you need to be really careful because that is sometimes what gives us a bit of a bad name. Oh, my friend became Christian and stopped talking to me. Okay, like,
you have to remember that you're still a sinner. Yes, you're a sinner saved by grace. All have fallen short from the glory of God. You, your person walking on the street, your friend, everyone, like, just because you're Christian does not mean you're sinless. Please never be like, I'm gonna drop them because I just became Christian. Like, if they're causing you to stumble in your walk with God, yes, it is okay to take a step back. But if you're just dropping them because you think that they are living a different lifestyle than you, Jesus didn't do that.
don't forget where you came from. C.S. Lewis said a really cool thing. I'm just one hungry person showing another hungry person where to get the bread.
Okay, so next question is, what is a godly friendship? Godly friendship is the friendship that like encourages you in your walk with God. So there's times where we go on prayer drive and worship our good God together, encourage you in your walk with God and you closer to God. Like, I'm so encouraged by you guys. I can tell them anything and I know there would be no judgment there, but there would also be correction. The fact that like we correct each other, we don't just be okay with sinning, may not be Christ-centered or biblical, we'll call each other out in that lovingly, but we'll correct each other. So basically, are all friends at our friend's house, and I corrected Courtney and her boyfriend now, but at the time they weren't dating. I corrected them on.
We were hanging out and acting like we were dating, but we weren't dating. That our friends don't act like that.
And so I kind of asked them, like, do you think that's okay if you're not in a relationship, like to be that closer?
And do you plan on getting into a relationship? Because if you do plan on that, that's okay. But if you don't, you should have better boundaries. And I was like, this girl, yes.
I thought she would think I'm a jerk after that.
Yeah, it really built my respect because she had like boldness to say it. She's like, I don't know if I think this is gonna be rude, but so she came at like a humble place. And you also didn't know the situation and you wanted to know. Like, you were like, so are you planning on dating? If not, like, what's going on here? And it wasn't accusatory, it was just like curiosity.
And now they're dating. So
and now we are dating.
Yeah.
And because of that, now I know I can go to Katie in my relationship and be like, hey, what do you think about this? I need to bounce stuff off of people, right? Because I don't know everything. But what I want to say is that doesn't just like happen. It's not like because you just see it on video, like, oh, we're suddenly best friends. We were not. Friendships take time to build. Also, it doesn't just happen naturally. It takes one person to be vulnerable, and then the other person thinks they can be vulnerable. Prayer drives and like worshiping is a very vulnerable thing. It's like your inner spirit coming out, you and God, right? It doesn't just come naturally. Like, everyone has to kind of push themselves a little bit.
And also, we just started becoming friends like 2 months ago, really. Like, going to school together since September, and it's like, what, April is when we started becoming really good friends. It's important to remember that vulnerability takes time, friendships takes time, and also that your friends aren't gonna be perfect. Just because your friend messes up does not mean they're not a godly person, does not mean they're not. We accidentally swear, or we don't handle a situation as it tells us to in the Bible. You have to remember that your friend is not perfect, nor are you perfect, so you have to give grace for them and yourselves. Don't expect them to be Jesus. I'm sorry, McKenna's pulling up like
her highlighter. When you were driving, your highlighter.
Hey guys, so we're back. Kenna just left to get a job interview, so she just put in the car and now she's out. That was my twin sister. If you haven't gone seen the twin sister tag, I'll put it down below. Anyways, next question.
Okay, so the next question we're gonna talk about is red flags in friendships. One that I've noticed, they're all take and no give. Only like you like putting effort into the
pouring
friendship
into them
and pouring into them, and they're just taking it and not giving anything in return. Another one that I've noticed is when you're actually like succeeding and doing well at something, or like get like a job, or you get this cool opportunity and they're actually not that happy for you.
Anytime that you leave a group of friends, leave a hangout, and you don't feel good, that is definitely a red flag. Feel trash when you leave.
Or even big time gossip. And this can happen with unbelievers or believers. It's actually almost more common in believers, honestly, which is the sad fact. Gossip is a really big destructive thing, and even us, we always call each other out. We gotta give grace. nice, common conversation in our
Katie's
house.
favorite thing to say. And you know what, sometimes the other day I was like mad at my roommate for something that wasn't even real. I literally heard it was God's voice, but like it was Katie's voice in my head because she says it so much. She was like, gotta give grace. I was like, oh, gotta give grace, but it worked. And that's like what good friends do.
You're right, calling out, encouraging one each other, those are good things. But like gossiping, if they would have just let it slide, that's like a red flag. My advice is, again, you have to love everyone, you have to serve everybody, but you don't have to be friends with everybody. So having that boundary, like I know some people in my life that I don't want to be friends with because they either hurt me, I either put my trust in them and they abuse that trust, I guess. And I have taken a step back.
I think that Christians think that they have to be
friends with
everybody. So close, friends with everyone. I fall into that trap big time. Jesus had 12. Jesus had 12.
12 close friends.
12 close friends. And then even in that, there were disciples that he was closer with, and that was okay. That doesn't mean he loves people less. I also think it's important to remember that these red flags, we also need to look for in ourselves.
As much as it's important to look at your friends and be like, is this a friendship edifying to my faith? You have to look at yourself and be like, am I causing other people to stumble? Am I pulling them away from their faith or bringing them towards Christ?
It's so easy to be like, oh, I never have a worship night with my friends. I gotta get new friends. I never like read the Bible. I never pray with my friends. Do you ask them to pray with you? Do you ask them to go to church with you?
True.
Put yourself out there too. Like it's not just on them, it's on you too. Christians sometimes hate self-reflection, but it's almost the most important thing in your faith.
Okay, the next question we're going to talk about is community important as a believer?
Oh yeah, like almost, it's vital.
Extremely
It's
important.
extremely vital. If you look in the Garden of Eden, is it Garden of Eden? I'm having like, sorry, I didn't grow up in kids, man. God, it was not good for man to be alone. Like Adam, not good to be alone. He made another person to be with him in community. Like when you're by yourself, it's so easy to sin. And also Jesus speaks through people all the time. Like he uses us as vessels all the time.
Yes, this is a big one for me because I choose to actively live in community and throw myself into community, because for me it can be really easy to not do that. I love people so much, but I love to be by myself as well. I try to, even if it's feasible for me to live alone, I try to live with roommate COVID, but like when it's not, and as much as I still can, I invite people into my home. I invite community, because I just have found there is no growth when I'm alone, and all the growth happens when I'm in community. Because when you're in community, people rub you the wrong way. All of your flaws, they are exposed. People see all of your flaws. That's when I see myself being sharpened, right? Maybe becoming a better
Iron
person.
sharpens iron.
Yeah, more patient. Erin's my roommate now.
I'm there too.
If someone can pick her up, she's always there. And that's why community is important, because it exposes all of our flaws.
Like I struggle with being quite introverted sometimes. Like I'm okay with just being alone, then I'm not really like thriving. Like on my own, it's just me. And so there's no one to hold me accountable. There's no one to encourage me if I'm feeling down. I moved here and I'm all on my own. I didn't know anybody. Praying for like community, and I got an amazing community. It's like, it's crazy. And like having these friends that can just encourage you and just lift you up, like it's seriously so amazing. And like I don't think you can find it like anywhere else. Like a godly community is just...
Okay guys, so that was the video. I really hope you enjoyed. I love doing videos with these girls because they have so much wisdom.
And we're funny.
Yeah, you're
hilarious.
so funny. Love you guys. We're praying for you always. Comment down below your prayer requests. Comment down below what video you want to see next.
Comment down below your ice cream order. Hello.
Okay, we
I
love you
just wanna
guys,
be
and we will
friends.
see you next time.
Follow
Bye.
Follow my Instagram for katyy.patyy exposed.
Bye guys.